Hi, my name is Reed Bauer. Today I'm going to be showing you how I customize my ride engine charger helmet. Okay, so right now you can see my helmet. I've already trimmed down the EVA padding on the outside to my liking, so I have it at the right spot on my ears and on my forehead. And now I'm going to dive into customizing the inside padding so I get a perfect fit. So this helmet comes with two different pad thicknesses. We have the 3mm and the 6mm. Today I'm going to be using the 6mm to help pad out the inside of my helmet. Okay, so I've just taken out the 6mm EVA foam from the package, and as you can see, we have three different pre-cut shapes. These ones are for the side, the round circle one is for the top of the helmet, and this little arc is for the forehead. So as you can see on the inside of the helmet, there's some pre-shaped cavities that match up with those EVA foam pieces that we have. So on the top, this is where that circle piece would go. The arc goes on the forehead, and then those side pieces would go in here. Those side pieces can also fit right back here on the back of the head. All right, so now that I have the helmet on, I'm assessing how high it sits on my head. If this forehead pad was coming down to my eyebrows, I might take that circle EVA foam piece and put it on the top of my head to raise the helmet up. But in my case, it's sitting pretty nicely. But as you can see, there's a bit of wiggle room. And so where I'm gonna need pads is on those side cavities. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is take my pre-cut pads and I'm going to hold them in place with my fingers, because once you peel off this adhesive and stick it down, you're not moving it. So I'm gonna hold these on the sides, on those pre-cut cavities. And I'm gonna put the helmet on and assess how that feels. So that feels pretty perfect to me. Shake my head around, not getting much wiggle. I don't have any weird pressure points. So I think this is where I'm gonna put in those pads. All right, so now I'm ready to stick my pieces down. I'm gonna pull off this adhesive backing. Try not to get it on my fingers, because like we said, it's really sticky. And then I'm gonna carefully line it up in that pre-cut padding. Give it a hard press, and I'm set. Now I'm just going in and I'm doing the other side, peeling off that adhesive, making sure not to get it on my fingers, looking at where I placed the other one, because we don't want to have any weird pressure points. So I'm gonna line it up and stick it down. So now that I have those two pieces stuck down, I'm gonna test the fit again. And that's feeling pretty solid to me. My helmet is feeling pretty solid, but if you were on the other end of the spectrum and you were still feeling some looseness, you still have those 3mm pads that you could layer on top of the 6s. On the other hand, you were feeling things were a little tight, feeling some pressure points, know that these pads will compress over time, so you will gain a little bit more wiggle room. All right, now that I have the sides dialed in, I'm checking for forward-back movement. As you can see, I do have a little bit of unwanted movement. So the next thing you're gonna wanna check is whether that space is located on the forehead. And if there's a big cavity there, you're gonna wanna use that piece that fits in those pre-molded spots right on the forehead. But if you just have a little bit of movement, like I do in this case, I'm gonna use the back of the head pre-cut pad, because I don't want any extra pressure on my forehead and I'm really looking for comfort. I'm gonna start with the 3mm foam, and this is that same pre-cut shape as the one that we used on the side. It fits well into the back of the head as well. And I'm gonna hold it in and slide that helmet on. So that's feeling pretty perfect, and that's the pad that I'm gonna choose. So same way that I did the side pieces, I'm just gonna peel off the adhesive. All right, so now I have all of my pads in. I'm gonna check for one final fit. Get that chin strap. And it's feeling really solid. My name is Reed Bauer. I hope you enjoy your new charger helmet, and I will see you out on the water.